Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today is an interesting video that I want to be just sharing with you guys. It's just a little bit of me just documenting some automations that I have made with AI, and just wanted to show you guys and show you how you can build it for yourself as well. So let's not waste any more time. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. We are in the N8N workflow. I'm gonna name this real quick. Forgot to name it. I'm gonna just name it test workflow swarm. Cool. So obviously we are in N8N. If you guys don't know what N8N is, it's basically an AI automation platform, right? It's the same thing as Make.com. You know, there's so many other AI automation platforms out there. But N8N is one of the most like, I guess you can say, it has a lot of stuff to it, right? That's what I want to say. So in this video, I want to show you guys on how to build small stuff, just for you guys to use and just build out for yourself. Really simple. It's pretty hard. It's a bit overwhelming and confusing at first when you're building your first automation out, your AI automation. But as time goes on, it's gonna be really easy. And at the end of the day, your business, if you do have a business, or if you're selling something, or if you're, making money online, AI is going to really change your life and the trajectory of how your business goes. So let's go into our first workflow, this one right here. So I want to show you guys right now on how this one works. So this is just a demo of how this one works. It is called the test swarm. Obviously there's way more stuff you can add on to this, but for example, let's get this automation running. So let's see this. Send an email to talktomoney@gmail.com saying hi. So usually this automation can send emails, and also it's kind of like your personalized assistant, right? As you can see, it's running, and then boom. Obviously when we come into the Gmail, and we can see the email has been sent, and then the subject is called as hello, message is hi, and it's to talktomoney@gmail.com. Cool. So that's kind of how the demo works, how like the email works. So for example, you just say like, hey, blah blah blah. Can you send an email to blah 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 XYZ regarding about blah 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 XYZ, right? And it'll send you the message in literally like 5 seconds without you having to like manually having to write it out. So and another demo is we can come in here and then we can say, hey, create me a event for, let's say, 3 p.m. Tomorrow for lunch, right? We come in here, we make that sure it goes send, and then it's running through, the automation is processing, and then boom, it gets sent to our calendar, right? And we've come into our calendar, and you can see right here, boom, lunch at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So I want to show you guys on how to actually build this out, right? And it's gonna be really simple. Obviously I want to be showing you guys at least like 3 to 4 automations before this video ends. So basically, you're gonna go to you're gonna do it here, and you're gonna hit this one plus model as well, and then you're gonna come in here and then just type in chat model, right? Or just chat trigger, and then you'll see the chat trigger. You're gonna put it in here, and after that, you're good to go, right? And then you come into your AI agent. So you're gonna come into the plus again. You're gonna type in AI agent, then your AI agent is gonna be right there, right? You're gonna click that, and then you're good to go as well. But if you come into AI agent, right, you're gonna see something where it's gonna be like connected chat trigger node. This is a credential, right? It's a little more fancy word of saying password, but you're gonna come into here. Oh, I'm sorry, not that one. Sorry. But there should be like a credential, not this one, but in the open router one, right? For example, this one. You need a credential for this one, right? And if you don't know how to make it, you can just come into your credentials, come here, and just make an account, and then you come into the keys, and then you can click keys, and then you're gonna see your API key right there. Obviously I'm not gonna click it because once I click it, it's gonna show my API key, and I don't want you guys to steal my API key, right? So that's pretty much it. You're gonna put in your credential, then model. I just have it as Open ChatGPT 4.1 mini, and then you're good to go in the first section. Now the second section is you're gonna click tools, and you're gonna click AI agent, right? You're gonna click that, and this one is the email route, and this one is the calendar route, right? So we'll start with the email, right? Obviously, once you come into AI agent tool, same thing, and make sure to put it as today's date is now, right? Just in case, just for the event, and we'll get to that later. But this is just kind of how it looks like, say an email agent to take action with email, XYZ. You're gonna come into tools, right? You're gonna hit that plus button, type in, send message with Gmail, and then boom, this is where the Gmail has sent, right? It just says, remember when we came back to the send an email to talktomoney@gmail.com saying hi? This trigger right here is what caused, to send the email. So if we come into the event now, right? Obviously this is where we want to make sure that today's date is now. So it's gonna be like 2 brackets, money sign, now, and then 2 brackets again, right? Just say you are a helpful assistant, blah, blah, blah. And make sure when you see all these like defined automatically by the model, you should see something where it's like this like star button, and just do it for every single one. Like for example, right here, I don't think you could do that. You don't have to. But right here, for example, you could do that right here. Right, this one right here. Not that one, but like you get the idea, right? But like this model right here sends over an event to the calendar, which I showed you guys in the beginning. Set it up on my calendar. So yeah, that's gonna be the first automation, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And we're gonna go into our second automation. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below if you want anything from me. But without further ado, let's get into the second automation. Okay, cool. So we are in our second automation. This is a really, really simple automation that you guys can really just use for yourself, right? And that is whenever someone puts in or schedules a calendar or a calendar event, right? This AI is gonna prompt it, and then they're gonna get sent an email. And once they get that email sent, they're gonna get another email just reminding them that, look, you have an event coming up, and we want to make sure that you could attend that meeting, right? And it's sending reminders. So that's why there's 2 emails right here. It's really simple. All you do is literally just connect your credential with the calendar that you have, and make sure the event's marked as event created. Then you're gonna come into the AI agent and just literally just copy everything that I do, right? You want to make sure that's called define below. Make sure this is what you do, and then if you come into here, I know it's a lot to type in, but I'll make sure I put that in like the link in the description. But if I don't, if it's kind of weird, just make sure to screenshot this and just type it all out. Take me like 2-3 minutes. Shouldn't be that hard. So once we do that, and then once it's processing right here, then we get sent an email, right? And I'm gonna show you guys how it runs, but obviously I want to show you guys exactly how it's built first, right? They're gonna get sent an email. They're gonna wait for a day, 24 hours. Then they're gonna get sent another email for them to remind them, saying like, okay, look, remember when you sent that email or when you signed up for that event on that calendar? Well, guess what? We have an event tomorrow, or we have a meeting for tomorrow, or something like that, right? So it's just sending them reminders. So without further ado, let's get into how it all works. So we're gonna come into our calendar. We're gonna wait, and then we're gonna come into the calendar that has it open. So we're gonna come into here. We're gonna go into our calendar, and we're gonna schedule an event. Let's do it for Friday at 3 p.m. All right. We're gonna put in our name, right? Event talk to money at gmail.com, and phone number, right? 742. And then for the purpose of this video, you don't have to execute workflow all the time when it's active, but just want to show you guys how it really runs. So we're waiting for the calendar. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna schedule the event. So once it's scheduled, confirmed, and usually it just like redirects you. Well, I just made it redirect to something else, but you can see, I'm pretty late, but you can see, it already went through, email has been sent. And if we come to our inbox, right? And if I go to the inbox, you can see that new event has been created. And then we want to make sure that it's sent them a message. So we're going to come into our personal email, and boom, right there. You can see your meeting is confirmed with David O. Hi, David O. Thanks so much for booking a call. You're also for a meeting with David O on Google Meet, blah, blah, blah. And then just shows them pretty much everything that it is that they need to know after booking on. So yeah, that's going to be the second automation, and on to the third and last one for you, the type form. So the type form, you might be wondering, what does this mean? Like, why are you showing this type form? So we're going to come into our AI automation, and this is going to be a specific automation to just initially just send out an email and to just pretty much review someone's website, right? And this is just a fun little AI automation that I just built out for people on wanting to want to know what their website really looks like, right? So we're gonna come into the Typeform. Obviously that's the trigger. So whenever someone submits the Typeform, that's when this trigger all plays out. So we're gonna execute workflow, and this switch might be a little interesting for you guys, right? But I want to show you that this switch is more so of, if we come into here, whenever it's true or whenever it's false. So we're coming to the Typeform again, right? And we're gonna start. We're gonna put in our name, personal email and stuff like that. So this is where it gets pretty cool. So if someone says they have a website, right, we're gonna come into the automation again. It's gonna go this way. If someone says they don't have a website, right, when they choose no, then it's gonna go on to this side. And this side is just pretty much like going into Google Sheet as well. I'm gonna get a Slack message in my own personal Slack, and they're also gonna get an email saying, well, look, how are we supposed to rate your website when you don't have a website, right? And it's just gonna give them an email, and I'll show you guys right now. So we're gonna just put in yes for now, right? And if yes, blah blah, we're just putting whatever, and then okay, website, and then blah blah, IG handle, like just cool stuff like that, and then just asking have you used AI before, submit, and once it submits, it goes through, and yeah, right there. So that's how it goes through, and then we're gonna come into here. I'm not too sure why I went to the other side though. I'm trying to check. So yeah, I mean it's pretty weird. I mean it shouldn't have done that. Have you used AI inside your business store? Okay, so I think that's where it went wrong, right? So we're gonna come into here. We're gonna delete the whole thing, and we're gonna put in, do you have a website, right? So we're gonna try it again. We're gonna do that again. We're going to restart it, and then we're gonna come back in here. Put in our name, David O. Email talk2money@gmail.com. Come into here. Do you have a website? Now it should work. Yes, right? Blah blah blah. We're just gonna skip everything. IG handle. Yes. Submit. Then we're gonna come into here. Execute workflow. I guess we have to do it again. Sorry, guys. Bear with me here. I'm still like in the learning phases as well. So we're gonna come in here again, and we're gonna come in put in our first name, last name, email, at gmail.com, right? And then we're gonna say yes, we have a website. We're just gonna skip all these, blah blah blah. Yes, cool. Submit. Come into website. Now it goes up top, right? It's gonna go into the Google Sheet. It's gonna send me a Slack message. Now the AI is reading the website that they put in. In this case, I didn't even put the website link in there, right? But if I did, then the AI would have been reading and scanning the whole website, and then sending out an email. So we're coming back to the email. The email isn't fully correct, but right here you can see free Ascendius website review. We're gonna come in here, and then boom. I'm sorry, but as a text-based, I'm not able to browse websites or access content outside of the text you provide directly. However, I can still offer general guidance. And the reason why I set this is because I didn't put in an email, right? So that's why I'd say, I'm a text-based agent. I'm not able to browse websites. So it's thinking like, oh shoot, I didn't get a website. So I mean, what website is there for me to look at? So it's just giving you a little bit of a, just overall how much you could, probably improve and just implement towards, and then just honestly, like it just gives you like a little rating of having to do, if you're able to do all of that, then you could probably bump your website up to like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. Pretty cool, pretty fun, simple automation. But if you guys really want to build this, I'll put all these like links in the descriptions for you guys to watch and then just get. But yeah, without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, cool guys. Well, that's going to be at the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, just let me know. Subscribe. Just let me know in the comments down below what else you guys want to watch. I mean, I'm all ears. I'm open to suggestions. I'm pretty much open to just doing whatever it is that you guys want me to build out. But yeah, I mean, if everything plays out well, hopefully I could show you guys more than just simple automations, right? Hopefully I can show you guys more advanced later on in the future, and just really change the game. I know I'm going to change the AI game for sure, but yeah, without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys stay till the end, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.